Now, a lot of drama, as you can hear. Let's unpick it a little bit. You've got the ornaments. That's going to disturb a few people because they are not actually that difficult. But when you see all of these fast notes written above the stave, you panic. Or it's easy to panic because you think, oh, what is that? 1, 2, 3, a demi, semi, hemi, demi, whatever. I wouldn't trouble with it. As long as you get the design right, you can do them faster, you can do them slower. You'd want to actually finish the ornament before you play the quaver. And the other thing that's very important about these ornaments is that the stress goes on the first note of the ornament, not the long note at the end, not that, but strong, weak, weak, or strong, less, less. Put the ornaments on the beat. So important in this music. They sound very, very weak if you put them before the beat. Some are going to come after the beat, and I'll explain that. Maybe I'll explain it now. Okay, let's look at bar 3. You've got a turn there between the beat. Now, a turn is just a recipe for turn in this period. Note above, the note itself, the note below, and then the note itself. So since the note is an F sharp, above, the note itself, below, the note itself. So do you see what I'm doing? I'm turning around the F sharp. Now, where do I put that turn? I could put it on the second quaver. I could put it after if I wanted to. There's no absolute as to where that should go. Where do you like it? Now, up to you. Okay, let's have a look at this ornament, the next one. Now, the editor here has done the absolute correct thing of tying the first note of the trill. So instead of repeating, because that line, wiggly line, tells us to play in this period of music a 4-note ornament starting on the note above the written note. So if we find the ornament on a D, we've got a 4-note trill. It's not a mordent. Don't confuse it with a mordent. It's this. But if the note before happens to be an E, which it does, rather than repeat the E, we would, if we want a legato mark, a legato connection, we would tie. However, when we get into the faster tempos, it's very hard to do that. And I would say for a grade 7 level, we would be much better off doing this. A 3-note ornament that starts on the D. So is just a slightly adapted version of that tied trill, which is a bit more practical, certainly for a fast tempo and for a grade 7 level. Okay, what else was I going to say? Some people ask me, what are these crosses, the diagonal lines that go through the slurs? They are editorial. They're telling you that the slur is editorial, but they can't claim it as their own because Haydn didn't actually put it in. So they put it there, but then they put a line down saying, well, Haydn didn't write it, but we think it should be there. So we get that in bar 2. But that's a mordent. These first ornaments are mordents, which uses often the same squiggly line, but it's got a vertical stroke through it. And therein lies the difference. The vertical stroke tells us to play the note, written note, followed very quickly by the note below. So that's a mordent. If I had a trill on that B, it would be this, right? Are you clear on the differences between a mordent and a trill? They both use the same sign. The mordent sign has a wavy line, sorry, a vertical line down through the wavy bit. Now that changes as we go through musical history, which is what makes it so complicated. The subject of ornaments is very complex.